Hey, welcome. All my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, Pink Funk, thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. Your boy is pissed. Not at no one person. I'm pissed because of the position that we in. Let's before we get started. Sorry about that. Calm down. No heads up. We're gonna talk about the numbers game. Right thinkers, excuse me. Rightism, 25 rules live by storytelling, story with the message is the story. I give life lessons for life. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate that. But I'm so caught up in this lesson right now, I'm about to lose my mind. So bear with me so I can get this situation back in order where I can put it to you the way I want to. I'm excited, but pissed off at the same time. So, woosah. Let's go. All right, I'm ready. Right thinking mission. Yeah, I'm on it. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. And everyone needs is going to be in effect with this lesson. Right thinking is way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. Right there. I'm going to show you how important that little phrase is to us as a people. Sorry about that. I can't wait to get into this lesson. I got structured. I usually keep everything written down. This is one time I may go off script. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure this out. So bear with me. And my man say, pray for me, as my pastor say. All right, here you go. Know thyself. That's the question I asked. And if you don't have the answer for yourself, it's rhetorical, but if you don't, tune in. That's what I do for you. Help you do just that, to know thyself, because a lot of us, from what I see, ain't doing that. Hmm. Okay, let's go. Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. We got 85% of us doing that, and half of y'all ain't got a clue about what you're doing. So that's why I'm a little upset. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. We ain't got enough for them. Why? Because they could teach. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Why? I appreciate you too for tuning in and learning the lessons. Some of us don't want to know, so I disregard them. So I will teach you. That's what I do for you. Appreciate you too. A person who knows not and believe or think that they know is way to me. Them going around. Avoid them. They're dangerous. I do. Moving on. A person who knows, but knows not that they know, ain't no better than the rest of them, but they're spiritually asleep. That's why I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake them up also with knowledge of self. I'm covering all bases. I ain't leaving no stone unturned, so be prepared. Here I come. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. Right thinkers. I am so annoyed. I don't know who made this number. I don't know where it come from. And we keep saying them, they. I don't know who they or them are, but we, us, could talk to us. They say that 85% of us are ignorant sheep. And from what I see, I can't deny or say, but that number's way too high. That I agree with the numbers way too high. But who's keeping track? I don't know that. I don't know who's saying it, but let's start with that number. If you got 85% of 100% pie, that means 85% that pie is done with a bunch of ignorant, non-knowing themselves people, not conscious and just not knowing themselves. You got 10% with the knowledge, but they're going to teach them for a few dollars. It ain't enough for them to get them people from being where they are, so they just taking their money. They just fleecing them. They just yeah. Come on, I got God for you. You selling God every week. You get everybody up. Yeah, that's what I'm pissed. So I'm really, and I ain't looked at the paper. I ain't going off that. I'm a little annoyed right now, so I might have to just go off script and give you what I think of how I feel, because I'm getting annoyed with what I see from us. Not them, not they, us. That's what annoys me. I care about us. Don't care about them or they. So it don't affect me. Them or they don't affect me. Us do. That's what I care about. And if you got the 10%, you preachers and all them that, yeah. I'm not in that number. I definitely ain't in that 85 number. No offense, but I'm not in that number. I'm not in that 10% number. I'm the 5% dude. And then y'all 85 y'all against me. I'm not going to win that fight. Y'all gonna beat me every time. And every time I gotta go against 85 people, and it's 5% of us. I know it's a bunch of me and a whole lot, but I know some of us. But we can't make a dent in that 85. And that's what they're willing to leave that 10% nonsense and jump to 5%, save themselves some money and get better as a person and see the difference. The reason why I don't do religion, and here's it go again, it started to come out. Why? They separated God from man. I'm God. I know God is in me. I know I'm God conscious. I know and understand God. I don't have to believe in God, have story, but no, I have God experience. I'm trying to teach all my right thinkers to have their own. Why? That's the only way it's going to work. If you become conscious of God, your higher self, you wake up to be a better you. Crime goes down, all the things that's negative start to go down. Why? Because good people start to live right. I used to be right now. Back in my day, I had a bunch of followers. My nonsense, okay, willingly doing the wrong thing. I didn't twist nobody's arm. I didn't do none of that. And everybody joined in and had a ball. And did not now one person say, you know what you're doing is wrong. Not a one. Okay, so now that I'm doing this, can't find none of them people. Why is that? Don't know, don't care, but that's the bottom line. I don't do that no more. So those people who know him don't want this guy. Why? That ain't the other guy. That ain't him no more. That guy's gone. Check that out, been gone. Okay? That's called change. The caterpillar, he turned to a butterfly. He don't go back to being a caterpillar. When you change from being ignorant to enlightened, you don't go back to being ignorant. Get the concept? So I'm trying to keep this thing in perspective. But let's go. If 85% of us are sheep and ignorant of ourselves, then how can we change that number? Stop telling me about the number. Now let's get a solution so we can change that number. That's where I am right now. I'm so disappointed. We as a people, again, here we go, should be embarrassed again because they say a lot about that says a lot about us as a people. We run around here stupid, willy-nilly, and they tell me, yeah, they just dumb people. They just, yeah. And you argue the point, but you're proving their point by doing it. I'm a teacher. Educator, not a debater. So I teach. And if we're going to do anything as a people, we have to do what? Change that number for people being ignorant of themselves. That number got to change. We've all been doing. If it still say 85 people right here unconscious, it ain't. We keep doing the same thing. Okay. The devil. Here you go. That y'all at the top of this devil. The devil, I call it ego, claims to have 98% of you so-called God's people, Christians, Muslims, Jews, religious people. Y'all are drifters. Why? Because y'all let somebody else take God and put him somewhere else, and you follow that. You are serving the devil. With lack of knowledge of yourself, you're only going to serve yourself. And somebody's going to tell you you're serving your higher self, and you ignorant enough to believe that, and you're going to follow that nonsense called religion, okay? The world's greatest lie, and you believe it, so you all in. So don't tell me or try to sell it to me because you believe it, okay? If 85% of the 100% people are ignorant of themselves, Jesus Christ, this is why the devil talks so much smack. He can see what's going on, and this is why God is probably said, "Look at my people just wild out." Every now and then he get tired of that. What happened? Everybody got a flood story. Sodom and Gomorrah. Don't tell me that lifestyle is good. Why? We know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah and why it happened. Why? Because of that lifestyle. If he did it to just one little town, we got the whole world living in Sodom and Gomorrah. He can't destroy us all. He said, "Go find me one good man." I went and found my pastor. So you know what with that problem? I found a good man. If you have conversation with God, he wants you to find a like person like yourself, and you try to find somebody, you come back and no go. That's what Lot did. Couldn't find nobody. I found somebody. So different stories, different area, but that's the concept. Again, 85% of ignorance of our people is not a good number. Mm-mm. First of all, who came up with that? I don't know that concept. And why haven't it changed? I've been hearing that number for a long time. Okay, didn't really care. Hey, whatever. I was 85% of that. Now I'm a 5%. I got some issues. Okay, that 85 number way too high for people to be ignorant of who they are. So I'm on my grind to make that known to all those who want to know themselves. I can help you with that. If only 15% of us are enlightened and 10% of them are doing it for another purpose, we ain't ever going to come out of this quagmire of being enslaved in a whole bunch of different areas, mainly ignorance of ourselves. And if we don't change that number, we're going to stay right where we are. Some of us will get out. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of us get out. Who come back to help others out? I got mine. I'm gone. They tell you what's what. I'm at this. The little key is when you go to Hollywood and you make it from the hood, they tell you you can't go back. I don't want to go to Hollywood. Why? I'd rather go back to my old neighborhood. I go back there pretty much. I don't like it, but at least I can go back to it. If I'm gonna do something, if I have money, I'm bringing my neighborhood back up. I seen my kid Mike Epps. Kudos to him. Suck as a comedian, but he's a good dude. Why? He made it. He made it through, and he what? He went home. I ain't got a problem with that. I ain't got to be the favorite fan. I got to be no, none of that nonsense. But respect for somebody doing the right thing. Why we got a problem with that? That's called hating. I don't hate on him. I don't follow him. I don't subscribe to the funny man, whatever. But I like what he's doing as a person. See, that's real respect for people. They're doing something good and constructive. Why hate on them? I ain't got a reason for that. So moving on. That's it. But yeah, we don't come back. Jay-Z. Oh no. Billionaire, right? Uh-oh. Okay. Let me take this earplugs out. But he don't go back to Martian Projects and help the project. Oh, they love Jay-Z. That's my home. But he'll be in there. The thing you can't go see him. So when you get that far away from your people, you're doing something wrong. Simple as that. Moving on. I would never do that. Now that explains what all the evil and wrong being done all over the world. Why? The people y'all put in power are not good people. This clown y'all got running for why is he even in the race? Come on, man. Some people trying to get him off the ballot, which is the right thing to do, but they got people fighting for him to be on the ballot. I don't do that. I gotta leave that alone. I can't get in that arena. Why? Because they would throw me out. They call me no. I'm a teacher. Let me teach my philosophy. I got time to get into that. Now, how can so many people? My question to us as a people: how can so many of us be so ignorant of ourselves? And nobody. Come on, man. We need to do better as a people. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm doing okay. You talk that talk. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm talking that talk every day. What are you doing? I walk that walk every day. What do you do? Yeah, let me tell you right there. I'm doing my best to what? Enlighten all of those that I can with what? My philosophy, right thinking that I know works. If you try it, you'll know it works too. Now again, what are you doing? Moving on. It ain't about a pissing match. Again, I ain't about that. I'm just doing what I'm doing. And I have a purpose and reason for what I'm doing. Do you? I'm a numbers man. Mathematician, math major in college. Why? So father was a number runner. So I'm a numbers man. Okay. Don't numbers don't lie. Numbers is God. They don't care about how you think, feel. Nah, this is what it is. The numbers tell you what it is. I got no problem with numbers. That's the most honest thing going. Words you can finagle with and juggle numbers. Mm-mm. It is what it is. Okay. Now, according to these numbers, slavery will never end over us as a people by the powers that be. Why? The numbers play out in their favor, not ours. If you're a gambler, you have no regard for numbers. Why? You think you're gonna win. If you think you can win, they already got you. Okay, moving on. Knowledge of self will do what? Save our people from what? Destruction, self-destruction. Without it, we're self-destructing. If only we would try gaining knowledge of self. What? Getting knowledge, knowing ourselves, educating ourselves, taking lessons, learning and doing and implementing the thing. The same thing I do, I teach. Why? Because this is how I did it. I just learned it. I implemented it. I feel that it worked for me. So I'm gonna tell somebody else, man, that's the gospel. It's the good news. I'm just giving you good news. I ain't ever came out here to tell you nothing negative. I don't do that. So understand. Knowledge of self from our ancient ancestors, along with living righteous in the daily right now, saved my life. I used the philosophy, put it in modern times. I said I just dressed it up, modernized it, whatever. But the concept I still follow. I live off the concepts in my eye. I ain't changed nothing. You ain't got to reinvent the wheel. It's already there. And spoken to, strengthen it with what you believe, and that's fine. Okay, the will ain't disturbed, harmony ain't done. You just doing you. I was living. Wait a minute. Yeah, I was living a life of self-destruction when I was ignorant of myself. I know that now, but when I was living, I didn't know that. I didn't know I was ignorant. Okay, and most of us don't think we're ignorant when we're ignorant because we don't know. Ignorant just means not knowing. Now that I know myself, I'm not doing that nonsense. If our young people adopt that philosophy early in life, that nonsense will start. It won't be prevalent. We can do that, but we choose not to. Moving on. Let me wrap this up. I'm sorry about that, but I got a little itchy right there. Now, I'm teaching all those who want to what do better for themselves and change their lives for the better, like they see me doing, and like I'm telling you, I did. I transparent. I'm gonna lay it all out there for you. Why? Ain't no secret to what I do. Simple. Where we at? How to lower that high number of ignorant people is my question. I got an answer. Become right thinkers. That's my answer to everything. What's my right thinking? What we doing? Right thinking. How we handle right thinking? I listened to a show last night from a guy, Henry T. something or another, but he did a whole hour-long show about right thinking. I listened to it. He's right on point. He ain't got me and him ain't conversed about nothing, nothing. Don't know that man from mechanic paint. But our philosophy about right thinking is pretty much down the aisle. So right thinking ain't just mine. No, it's a universal concept that if you can adopt and use it in philosophy, that you can make yours. Simple. Okay. I don't own right thinking. No, my name's got to be right. I tell you, it'll be savior thinking. Not a good swing, but okay, that's my point. But knowledge and understanding will take you a lot farther than ignorance and attitude and eagerness. Moving on. Oh yeah. Yes. Now, how are we gonna stop that big number? How are we gonna do that? My answer is this. Yes, if our young people were taught spiritual truths in nursery schools, middle schools, high school, never mind college. Why? Because we already had that education before we get there. We won't need your education no more. If we got ours, I don't need yours. I've been told, man, you can go to school and get a certificate. You can go to the school system and teach right thinking. I could care less about the school system. I'm still going to teach right thinking. How about that? Now, so you can keep your little certificates. I do what I do for those who choose to listen, follow. I'm not doing none of that nonsense. I'm certified to do this. I'm qualified to do this. Okay, moving on. Yeah, I'm on my grind to enlighten us to ourselves when every day. That's right thinking philosophy's way. I don't talk about it. I be about it. My man Ron, that's his ministry based on that. But I show you and tell you what you should and could be doing for yourself. Why? I'm doing it. Simple. Okay. I see the problem. That's why I'm addressing it. By what? Trying to solve the problem. We all see the problem. Okay. Like my man back then, quickly. The world's on the edge of its seat. Defeat is on the horizon, but very surprising. We all could see the plot and claim we could not. That's being in denial and also ignorant of yourself. Simple. It ain't changed. It's been 40 years. That phrase from Gil Scott Heron. The revolution will not be televised. They televising wars right now. We can actually watch TV and see a war going on right now. Moving on. Let me wrap this up. Yeah, if we all came together, and that ain't gonna happen, to do what? Treat each other better, That's a start. That should be what we should be doing as a people. The Jews took our birthright. Why? Because they took education, they took unity, and rode that thing to right now. They're the richest, most productive, prosperous religious group in the world. And let them tell it they were slaves. We used to be slaves, and we still are. Figure that one out. And I always try to explain to y'all. There's a book from my man George E. James, Stolen Legacies. The Jew stole our birthright, which was to unite, stick with your own kind, and grow and prosper and knowledge and understanding. Every tribe in Africa had their own laws, rituals, and concepts. Same thing now, ain't nothing changed. Why everybody gotta be Christian? Because they say so. Free will. Do y'all know the Christian crusade was anybody that was a Christian got killed? What y'all tell about the Arabs when they did it to y'all, but y'all the originators of that concept. Why? 'Cause y'all felt like if it wasn't Christian, it wasn't good enough. So that's just egoistic ignorance. Move on. Let me wrap this up. Sorry, but that's a whole other lesson. All right, let me go. Here we go. I know that the more right thinkers I enlighten, that should what? My numbers go up daily from people tuning in and getting my knowledge, and that number that ignorant should be going down. Okay, you see how that go? So I'm trying to make that my business to make that number go up. I appreciate y'all because that's what you're doing. So that other number should be going down. If we all get together on that, things will get better. So I'm a little better now. I got that off my chest. Hope you got the lesson. Hope you understand my point of view. Woosah. Thank you. Therapy's over. I'll be back.